Coming up on this episode of In4LO.
You almost got back on the beam.
What a jerk!
Stop!
You blew your tire.
It's 10 a.m. on the John Bull Trail near Big Bear, California. The In4LO gang has aired down and is ready to start today's run. But the gatekeeper, the trail's most notorious obstacle, has other plans for them. Over 25 other vehicles are already stacked up and are struggling to make it through.
About 20 rigs in front of us. Looks like it's gonna at least take us about an hour just to get up there so we can actually start the trail.
We were here, I don't know, a couple of months ago. This part was way easy. Now we're behind 30 Jeeps, the axle bender guys, and there's some new rocks that are just killing everybody. One guy over here snapped an axle and basically kind of delaying everybody else.
First obstacle is going to be the gatekeeper, and it's with some trepidation that I go here because I bent my front drive shaft there 2 weeks ago.
The gatekeeper is boulders, and we're talking big boulders.
Where did you try? Don't go that way.
It's looking scary.
The gatekeeper is a major challenge right at the start of the John Bull Trail. If your vehicle can't make it over the gatekeeper, you don't belong here. But those who make it past it can look forward to 3.3 miles of rock gardens, ledges, and tight squeezes, all packed into a treacherous trail that climbs up to over 8,000 feet. It's no wonder that John Bull is considered the toughest trail in Big Bear.
I'm not getting strapped today.
But before they've even started up the trail, some egos are already beginning to clash. And as the day goes on, it only gets worse.
Jeff's a bit arrogant. He thinks he knows it all.
She thinks she's a pretty good driver, but just doesn't come through sometimes. I don't even know if you're qualified to be on this trail.
He thinks I'm gonna get strapped today, and that's not gonna happen.
Hey, she has no lockers.
Yes,
know
I
the
do.
Jeep. She's got pretty fenders, and that's it. Just because of the fact that she's used her winch on my Jeep, and I have not gotten to pull her out, she thinks she's better.
There's been a few times where he's had to be strapped out because he followed me and couldn't handle it.
Marianne is wearing these pants. They're rolled up. She's got old Converse on. I think she looks like Tom Sawyer or Huck Finn or something like that.
Be on a little wooden ramp.
So if Marianne keeps up her attitude on the trail today, then I think I'm going to tempt her to go through an obstacle that she's going to get stuck on, just so I can pull her out.
He could be a kind of a jerk.
What in the hell are they thinking? He drove right up on that big rock and high-centered himself, and now they're trying to pull him off with a 100-foot tow strap, and there's no room to back up. Holy
We've been here now, it's I think we're 5 minutes shy of 4 hours in the same spot. Still waiting our turn. Hopefully it'll come sometime today before the rain starts. We'll see.
An old friend drops by from the large group up ahead and explains what's causing the delay.
Group with you?
I'm with axle benders.
Yeah, okay.
We're about 30 deep, and we have about 3 Jeeps up the gatekeeper. Unfortunately, the leader of the pack up there has broken his front drive shaft, and he's repairing it on the gatekeeper as we speak. So it might be a while.
I've never had lunch at the gatekeeper, but that's what it's looking like.
Now it's finally our turn to go forward, and I guess we got 7 Jeeps coming back down. Like they've been on the trail since 9, and they're talking about what a long day it is, and our day hasn't even gotten started yet.
After waiting more than 4 hours, the group finally starts moving up the gatekeeper. First up is the leader, Ironman Ed. Ironman Ed chooses his line and navigates through the rocks perfectly, setting a high bar for the rest of the group. Next to hit the gatekeeper is Klinger. He makes it through with relative ease as the rest of the group watches. After seeing how easy Ed and Klinger make it look, Marianne hits it full of confidence.
Gatekeeper was actually hard, but I did it with no re-landscaping and no strapping.
Yes, they did stack a lot of rocks in order for her to have the highway that she drove up. And she took the easy line. Where should I keep going?
It's exciting. Yeah, it hasn't been that easy. You slip off these rocks, they're full of dust, and you might have a line in your mind, but once you get on top of that rock and you slip off, you're off your line, and then it's a new game. Driver, you're coming.
Yasu moves in strongly but loses traction in the powdery sand. Then he wisely picks a new line and powers his way through the boulders.
Punch, punch, doesn't sound good.
There was a lot of metal banging.
Despite some crunching and scraping, Yasu makes it through unscathed.
Oh, scary.
I'm gonna go straight off to the right-hand side, put my tires on the big rocks, and hopefully have enough clearance when I come down over the big rocks. Then I'll get hung up on my rock sliders. Jeff says he can spot me through it, so there should be no problem. Wasn't a problem for Jeff, but Jeff's on 37s. I think my control arm's hung up. I gotta move over a little.
Hold on.
What's he looking at, Sean?
Fluid. I don't see anything leaking. I just saw this down here.
Oh, yeah, I see.
I didn't see. Okay, good. Then we're good. I just didn't know if it came down, hit this, and jarred the PSC or anything like that. All right. So what I want to do is come right up here, Mark.
All right, here we go again. Rule number one when wheeling: put your seatbelt on. Got a friend named Wayne, can tell you all about it.
It's right there, right there. True. All right.
You want to get some sidewall flex?
Yeah, a little bit of sidewall.
You gotta love the MTRs holding up well. Man, everybody was struggling on the gatekeeper. It's just, I just couldn't believe it. Like the rocks were all in the exact wrong spot. You couldn't have put rocks in the worst place. I mean, it didn't look that hard, but trying to physically look and figure out what line should I take, where's the line, there just wasn't one.
The tire is right on the undercut of a huge rock over here, so we're gonna have to stack a couple rocks in there to lift it up and get it over that.
Made it through the hard part. Barely.
Bill and Jonah don't have lockers.
Not having lockers and only 2.5 inch lifts and all-terrain tires can make it difficult.
No lockers, neither front or rear.
Bill and Jonah are worried because neither of their Jeeps have lockers, which are mandatory for John Bull.
Guide me, boys.
Just like the name implies, a locker locks the axle, forcing power to both wheels. Without a locker, a Jeep with one wheel spinning in the air or in loose dirt won't move.
Okay. That one hurt.
She's stuck on her control arm mount here. You don't need to go far to get over it.
Okay.
We couldn't get any rocks underneath your tires to get you lifted up.
Okay.
So you tug yourself with your winch over. Once you feel it come up, just take it easy and go slow.
Ready to winch her out a little bit. So we've got the tree strap tied around the tree. We're gonna hook the winch to it and move her forward a little bit and get going.
Look at that, the tree is too fat. Lucky for me, I got a soft shackle right here on my neck. So most people are used to, you know, the D-ring shackles. Those hold up to 9,500 pounds. This one here will hold 32,000 pounds. So my Jeep weighs approximately, what, 5,000 pounds? I can hang 6 Jeeps from this thing. All right, we're good here. Now we're going back to the other tree since we've pulled her off to the right. Now we need to pull her straight ahead, so we're gonna go winch off the other tree after I disconnect this.
Stay driver. No. Give it gas.
About time Cleaner got his ass moving and moved some rocks.
Stacked enough, got the winch out, and she tore it up. Good job.
Tore it up.
Tore it up.
While Jonah moves on to the second half of the gatekeeper, Sean lines up to attempt the more difficult line. Both Jonah and Sean are struggling across the gatekeeper's treacherous boulders, and Jonah finally asked to be winched for the second time.
Sean keeps getting high centered. He's got a 4-door, and as some people that own 4-doors understand, there's a lot of belly that gets hung up on these rocks with that long wheelbase.
I'm just going to bring him around a little more so if you can see, he keeps straight into these rocks and doesn't have an angle and keeps sliding off.
Sean's having a hell of a time, but it's because Clinger's spotting him. Your spotter sucked.
Jeff's working a lot harder today than working behind the desk at JPI.
Now, right now he's on his control arm, so just have to throw some more rocks and get him out of here.
Looks like Jonah's gonna have to tug you out, Sean. I heard Mary Ann laughing at you a minute ago. I bet she was.
She can laugh, but she did take the easy line.
Sean has gone as far as he can. He chooses to back up and take an easier line.
Now he's going to try to come over to the left and take the other line that most people took. But now he's high centering on this rock.
That is the first time I've been stuck that bad on John Bull Gatekeeper. That was pretty bad, but I was able to get out of it through a big show cluster and reline up and get myself through. Had to take the easy Mary Ann line though.
Just say no to straps.
Now we're ready to proceed.
Rubicon John starts by taking the easy line, but learns that even the easy line isn't very easy.
Back up a little bit, try.
With several other groups stacked up behind, everyone wants to pitch in and get the In4LO group moving up the trail.
Searching for straps.
Because Rubicon John has no winch, the guys are forced to pull him out with a tow strap. But using these metal tow hooks is going to be dangerous.
These are scary. This thing comes loose and it's a freaking rocket. Take your head off.
Everybody stay clear of the hooks. This is shady. We have 3 winch lines together with shackles involved, short tree stump lines, everything. So watch out.
Take cover. Hold it, stop. Stop, stop.
Whoa. Once he got far enough, we tried to tell Bill to stop, and he kept coming, so he ended up pulling John onto his drive line onto that big rock. So a little cluster just turned into a big cluster.
Rubicon John has been pulled into an even worse position than he started with. Now he's got to back up and rethink his line. Because of the angle of how Rubicon John is stuck, the guys have to rig a snatch block to a tree to pull John over the rocks so they don't risk damaging his Jeep. And that one little tug is all it takes to get him over the rocks. After almost 6 hours, the group has finally cleared the gatekeeper and is moving up the trail.
I can't believe this. I'm actually getting winched. That's the first time I'm getting winched. That's embarrassing. That's my first winch.
Yasu makes it off the rocks easily, but he makes it only a few feet before he realizes that something is broken.
I can turn left, I can't turn right.
Man, the tie rod's all bent all the up. This tie rod is shaped like this, and what it's causing is causing a bind on his steering stabilizer, and so that's why his steering stabilizer is jamming. That's why he can't turn to the passenger side. So what we're doing now is we're going to flip the tie rod from like this, flip it back over where it's like this. We'll put a bottle jack underneath it and hopefully get it back straight, and therefore his steering stabilizer will work, and we'll get it back on the trail.
We're done.
It's fixed.
I have steering. I have steering. This has gone way harder than last time. I can't believe how rutted out this thing is now. It's crazy.
And following to his plan, Klinger tempts Marianne to try a hard section, even though she wants to go around.
I was having issues, so I backed up.
Back it up. Turn passenger.
Backed into a rock and popped the tire.
You blew your tire! Damn, Marianne.
Sidewall.
Is it?
In her position in the rocks, it'll be impossible to change that blown tire. They're going to have to drag her up to flatter ground.
Right here. I'd like to get her up. Start airing it down.
Okay.
Numbers on the trail. You're gonna get the brakes back and running again.
Don't listen, just listen.
My emergency brakes on.
How to do this stuff.
What?
Huh?
Excuse me?
What?
Right twice, clockwise. Right clockwise, other clockwise.
There you go. I was just thinking once she gets a sense of trying and the accomplishment thing done, then let a guy do it so we can get it done quick. There you go.
But I did a lot of it myself.
It's 5:50. It's gonna get dark soon. It's gonna be a night run soon, huh?
It's after 5 p.m. We're on the second obstacle, and 2 Jeeps are through. And we got a flat tire. So I hope everybody in the group likes night runs.
You know, it's already getting late, so you make a lot of mistakes when you're tired. So I'm a little worried. From here on out, I'm not gonna pick the right lines.
Back on the move after changing Marianne's tire. The new goal is just to get through the trail before dark.
It's been a long day. Start about 9:30. I think it's about 5 right now. So hopefully we get off. Oh, 7 now. Check that out.
I think we're coming up to the tree.
Exhausted after a long day, the group now must navigate around the tree, which partially blocks the trail without hitting their roof or blowing out a side window.
The angle I'm coming into this tree at here, if you can look at the thing, you can see where the tree has been scarred up by many people's tops.
Fender got ripped off. Damn tree jumped out in front of me. Peeled off, so I had to take the screws out and put it back in. It got replaced though before next trip though.
After more than 10 hours on the trail, and with darkness closing in, the group finally reaches the last rock garden at the end of the trail.
Today's been a long day.
It's been a long day, good 10 hours, easy.
I've never spent so much time getting through John Bull as we did today.
Today's been a very long day.
Everybody got stuck everywhere.
Then we got stuck. A couple people got stuck. Most people got stuck today.
Everybody was getting hung up. Everybody was turtling. Everybody's getting caught up on their control
The
arms.
trail is all dug out and covered with talcum powder. The rocks are slippery. And
It's the hardest I've ever seen John Bull.
Tough day, really tough day.
You know, we survived.
I made it without getting strapped or winched or anything. He.
I'm really tired, I'm really hungry. I'm getting hangry is what I'm getting right now.
And I really stink.
Pizza and beer sounds really good right about now.
Awesome day today jeeping in 4LO.
Awesome day jeeping in 4LO.
awesome day jeeping in 4LO.
It was an awesome day jeeping.
Action! That's good exercise.
Goddamn Jeep out of the way.
I just got in trouble for playing music too loud while they're videoing, so hopefully Randy's not too mad at me.
Three-way.
Should I turn my locks again?
Sounds like a good place.
What are we doing here?
On top of the world.
What are we gonna do now?
Keep dropping.
I would not advise using one of these off-roading.
So I just wanted to take a moment out of my day to plug Fritos. Oh yeah, get all them dirt buggers out of my nose. Woo!
I hate swearing.
Work off that beer belly.
I have no fucking clue.
And if my mother heard me talk like that, she would kick my ass.
Sean's really stuck.
What's the damn holdup?
Great day jeeping.
Another awesome day, you know, with the not a Rubicon crew and the what's it called? Wait, let's start over. What's it called?